watching WYTV. You're welcome to another edition of News Review where we talk about the headlines that made up of the newspapers of today. My name is Ahmed Abbas or Latuji, but you can call me Sidon J. And today, I'm in the studio with...
I'm Ambassador Rochimi Orilua, son of the prophetess, the man who resemble Wiki.
The sponsor for this show still remains Nokpa Abbas. And you can as well be one of our sponsors. You can call the number on the screen or send us a DM and we'll get back to you. Today, I'll be starting with a Punch newspaper as usual. U.S. state bans children under 14 from having social media accounts. Federal government contact Interpol soldiers held over detainees' escape. Igbo Gani Adams unwrapped over assassination allegation. 7 Chadian soldiers killed in landmine. Then on Vanguard newspaper, things to know about Dr. Paul Akintelure, Ondo APC governor aspirant who dies before primaries. U.S. state bans social media. Nnamdi Kanu's legal documents, IPOB lawyer alleges. U.S. bridge collapses after cargo ship collision. Then on Daily Post, Edo PDP chairman Azigbemi regains freedom. FRSC deployed over 900 personnel for Easter in Ogun State. Court set to deliver judgment on Omeya's status as former River governor. Akintelure's death shocking, devastating. Ondo governor Ayedatiwa. These are the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. Let's go on a short commercial break. When we're back, we continue with some of the headlines. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Abba Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
You're welcome back from that short commercial break, and that's our sponsor, Nokpa Abbas. The first headline I want us to look at today is U.S. state bans children under 14 from having social media accounts.
Well, if the USA has come up with this idea, I believe it's a welcome idea. If you could recall what happened in US, UK, that was last year, a Nigerian guy that traveled not quite long when he got down to the United Kingdom, was chatting a lady of, I think, 14 or 16 years, telling the lady 13 years old, telling the lady to send her private parts to him on phone before the guy was being apprehended, while the guy was saying, okay, he was just a friend to the lady. You see, most of our children today, most of the things they learn today, they learn it from social media, which normally affect their education at times. When you go to different schools today, you see most of our children with big phone, based that their parents are very rich and wealthy, you know. And when you look at this matter deeply, you will know it is wrong for a lady or a girl, boy that is not matured enough to be given a mobile phone.
Well, according to the body of the news, Florida State Governor Ron DeSantis signed a bill yesterday that will prohibit children younger than 14 from joining social media in the state, reports NBC News. According to the report, those who are 14 or 15 will need a parent's consent before they join in a platform. The bill, HB 3, also directs social media companies to delete the existing accounts of those who are under 14. Companies that fail to do so could be sued on behalf of the child who creates an account on the platform. The minor could be awarded up to $10,000 in damages according to the bill. Wow. Companies found to be in violation of the law would also be liable for up to $50,000 per violation, as well as attorney's fee and court costs. So, sir, let's look at it like, okay, what if this law was brought to Nigeria how do you think it's going to work in this country?
Well, if the law is brought to Nigeria, you know, it depends on the sitting the sitting president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. It depends on his perspective of looking into the law. You know, most of our children today, most especially in Nigeria, we normally abuse. In Africa, we abuse anything that were being introduced to us. Go out there now, you see the way the children were dressing. Next morning, I was forced to tell a lady to go back home to go and redress. Lady that dressed up right in front of a parent, and the parent sees nothing wrong in addressing. No wonder we have raping, we have cases of raping today, because most of their body were being exposed. You know, most of our ladies today, their body is very sensitive. Every part of the body of women's body should be covered.
Well, that is to say, even with the fact that we are in the month of Ramadan.
Ramadan, yes.
The lady
could not even dress well.
Ultimately, we are trying to help parents navigate their very difficult terrain that we have now with raising kids. And now, so I appreciate the work that has been put in. DeSantis said the remarks during the bill signing ceremony. DeSantis previously vetoed a more restrictive version of the bill that would have banned social media accounts for kids under 16. That bill also required Florida residents to submit an ID or other identifying materials in order to join social media. Wow, they are really taking this up this time around.
Exactly. It's a welcome idea. It's a welcome idea to the United States of America.
In Nigeria, I guess most of the kids that we know out there, they've been known through social media. And likes of Emmanuel.
You're talking about the content creator.
Yes.
When you look at the content creator, look at Emmanuel. Have you ever seen any form of immorality in
yes, even she did it once, uploaded a video with her dressing immensely, and people were like, okay, this type of dressing does not fit Emanuela. They had to call Mark Angel.
Yes, the one managing her.
Yes, to notice him
about the dressing.
New style of Emanuela. And instantly, they removed the video and she had to apologize.
Apologize to her. Like that. When you look, go out there, most of our content creators are very young in Nigeria here. They do and look at their dressing. Their dressing doesn't promote it.
What we are trying to say now is it's not about dressing. Number one, I feel younger ones being on social media expose them, most especially the content creators, expose them to money at a younger age. It's not like it's bad, but let's look at the disadvantage, whereby money comes with
dressing is part of it, and at times most of the things they were being taught on social media goes along with immorality.
Exactly. And when it comes to immorality, the way you address the elders, the way you talk to people within your society,
anyhow, because
you see them one-on-one.
You look at some of our graduates, for instance, and most of our graduates that are going out there to serve, most of their reports that were being brought, the way they talk to an elder there.
Imagine. So someone like a graduate seeing a young boy or young girl talking to anybody how do you expect that person to
talk or to react to people's this thing?
Well, HB3, which is slated to take effect in January 2025, comes as efforts to regulate social media continue to ramp up across the US amid concerns from some parents that the platforms don't do enough to keep their kids safe online. In December, more than 200 organizations sent a letter urging Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer, DNY, to schedule a vote on the Kids Online Safety Act, or KOSA, which seeks to create liability or a duty of care for apps and online platforms that recommend content to minors that can negatively affect their mental health. In January, lawmakers grilled CEOs from TikTok, X, and Meta about online child safety. The tech executives reaffirmed their commitment to child safety and pointed to various tools they offer as examples of how they are proactive about preventing exploitation online. Florida House Speaker Paul Rena and other advocates of the new law argued that social media use can harm children's mental health and can lead to sexual predators communicating with minors. Just like the way you said, the one about the guy
in UK, yes.
None of us can afford to be on the sidelines when it comes to social media. Rena said in remarks made at the bill signing several states that have enacted similar laws to limit teen social media, including Ohio and Arkansas, have been challenged by NetChoice LLC, a coalition of social media platforms whose members include Meta, Google, and X. among others. Florida's law is also expected to face legal challenges over claims that it violates the First Amendment. So I feel if the whole country can come up with
together with an idea like this of restricting out of social media,
to reduce some act of disrespect and sexual immorality.
Most especially, it will even reduce crime. You know, there was a shooting in USA, I think Texas in USA, where a younger kid brought out a gun and started shooting sporadically. A lot of people lost their life into it. Most of these things, they
saw it online.
They saw it online.
Well, let's move on to the next headline here. This is talking about Sunday Igboho Gani Adams on warpath over assassination allegation. Yoruba Nation agitator Sunday Adeyemo alias Sunday Igboho and the Chief of Staff to Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu of Lagos State, Mr. Tayo Anyide, have both threatened to drag the Ààrẹ Ọ̀nà Kakanfò of Iba Gani Adams to court for allegedly accusing them of plotting an assassination. Igboho and Anyide, in separate reaction letters by their lawyers, demanded that Adams should retract the said assassination claim against them or they would drag him to court. So apparently, Iba Gani Adams was saying
Sunday Igboho and
Kunle, which is the...
We're trying to assassinate him. Yes. I believe the best option is to take him to court and let him explain himself into details.
What he has seen.
What you have seen and what you have heard about the assassination, you know. And then when you see if a life is being threatened, automatically the life must have come out to tell the whole world that my life is being threatened. You know, in Nigeria at times, it was after when the old days thing was in disarray that you see our Nigerian police running a task-scatter, because I could remember the case of Mohbad when it came up, according to what he said. Mohbad said he submitted a petition letter to the Nigerian police about his life being threatened by some of his boss. At the end of the day, you know, the Nigerian police came out to deny the issue at the first ground that they didn't receive any letter of petition. At the end of the day, the letter said they received the letter of petition, they invited Mohbad and Mohbad did come. And when you look at what happened after Mohbad's death, it was medicine after death. So now, Iba Gani Adams, according to what you said, is coming out to say to utter this kind of statement. I believe he should have reported the statement to the Nigerian police and let them go about their investigation to investigate the matter instead of coming out. You know, there are some words that you don't just say out before if you say it out, it cannot be withdrawn.
The words are powerful.
You understand what I'm saying? I believe let the law take its course.
Well, Gani Adams declined comment on the matter, saying no comment on that, no comment. In a March 20, 2024 pre-action letter, Ayide's lawyer Adeyinka Olumide Fusika-San demanded that Adams should retract the allegation without any need on my client's part to press you further on the subject. Olumide Fusika said the pre-action letter was informed by the content of a press release issued by Igboho titled, "I did not take part in killing Chief Bola Ige." According to Olumide Fusika, Igboho said the press release was in reaction to some allegations against him in a viral voice note made by Gani Adams. Olumide Fusika said in the press release, Chief Sunday Adeyemo claimed to be reacting to issues raised by the voice notes going around on social media released by Ààrẹ Gani Adams, which attacked his character. The lawyer said his client's name was mentioned in Igboho's press release, a situation that had made many people from within and outside Nigeria to inundate him with phone calls, prompting him to go and listen to the said voice note. According to Olumide Fusika, the 10th paragraph of Igboho's press release suggested that Adams claimed that Ayinde hired Igboho to assassinate him. Wow. According to Olumide Fusika, Adams, in a viral voice note, was allegedly heard saying in Yoruba language, "I will send you a letter signed and sent by these people to Tinubu, imploring him to stop wasting time and give them the go-ahead to eliminate Gani Adams." The letter was signed by them and sent to Tinubu's Bodilon address, and it was received there. Those are the characters in the circle of this thoughtless fellow. He converts their association. My enemy's friend is my enemy. Igboho says he should be combined forces to liberate our people, but he is in bed with enemies of our cause. Wow. So be careful associating with Igbo. Just last night, he was with Tayo Ayinde, the Lagos State Governor's Chief of Staff. He was heavily paid. You know that I have an extensive intelligence network as Are Ona Kakanfo of Yoruba land. Until about 2:45 a.m., he was with Tayo Ayinde, the Lagos State Governor's Chief of Staff, who Tinubu also uses in Lagos to coordinate the execution of its evil mechanization. Wow. He has been doing work of that nature for Tinubu since his days in the SSS. So let's say now, what Gani Adams is saying is throwing punches to the president of Nigeria too.
Exactly the point.
This allegation.
I believe they all know themselves. They were being together, and if he's coming out to say this, it might have some point. But the issue, the first thing remained that he should have report to the higher authority. And
Who is the higher authority?
Report to Nigerian police.
Okay. Well, Tinubu compensated him with the office of Chief of Staff to Lagos State Governor. It was at his hotel somewhere in Ikeja, Lagos, that Igbo visited him to collect money for logistics to confront me. Igbo left Ibadan at about midnight to attend this meeting, which ended about 2:45 a.m. Tayo Ayinde gave 45 million in cash to Igbo for the operation, though short-changing Igbo to the tune of 5 million naira out of the 50 million naira pursuit provided by Tinubu. The discovery of these has brewed disenchantment in their midst, and the pre-action letter written on Ayinde's behalf, Olumide Fusika described the alleged claims by Adams as injurious to the person of his client, asking the Are Ona Kakanfo to retract the same. Sir, how do you see this whole thing? Because now, I don't see Yoruba fighting against Yoruba. I don't understand. Like, that's the problem we have in the Southwest.
Well, if they are coming out to throw a words against each other like this, you would have known that something is preaching. There is no smoke without a fire.
That's true.
And what I will just like the Yoruba elder statements, most of the elder men in Yoruba land to do is to call both of them into order, and let's see how they are going to settle things amicably and let them move forward, because it might be a political propaganda.
And for you to know, Gani Adams is the Are Ona Kakanfo of Yoruba land, which is liable to be a leader that has to be controlling the peace of the Yoruba land. Yes. So I don't feel it should be. You should just come out and say, okay, I feel being paid, but then it is not like
he can't even come out and say and feel that he was being paid. I believe he has access to the president.
Exactly.
He has access to the Lagos State government. He can ask. He can put a phone call through him and let him knows what he feels about it. And if the president is not doing anything about it, we have others in Yoruba land that he can easily call and tell him what he feels done, coming out to say this to the whole world.
Well, this is where we are going to be ending it on the show today. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platforms, on TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, X, at Wisdom Yard Online TV. My name is Ahmed Abbas or Latuji, but you can call me Sidonji. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for joining us on the show.
Thanks for having me on the show.
We see you again tomorrow. Be good and enjoy the rest of your day. Bye for now.